What's something that you're looking to accomplish in the next 12 months?
Oh, 12 months. Wow. In the next 12 months, I would say, I mean, very similar with what I'm doing now. I want to get more into investments for sure on that side. And investment wise, trying to get more flips, more into rentals, so buy and holds. I'm getting a little bit more into the commercial space and mixed use space. I'd say development is a little bit further down the road than 12 months, but that's a goal of mine to get more into real estate developing because I think that's a big thing when it happens in Central Ohio. On the other side of it, I'd like for personally get my team kind of started and going so I can have that aspect too of I have multiple things kind of flowing towards the same goal. And I'd say within the next 12 months, those are probably my main priorities.
Are you are you allowed to announce your current big project?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's underway. So
Well, share
yeah,
with the world.
so
You can talk
yeah,
about it.
so currently we bought a commercial building in downtown Pataskala that we're restoring right now. That's pretty much the front half's gonna be my wife's home decor interior design store. Her store is named Reverie Home Co. She is currently an interior designer and she already has that all started. So now she's going more into the physical space to, have people in and connect clients to her actual furniture and decor and stuff like that. And in the back, we're putting a little like cocktail lounge speakeasy with a large patio. It's kind of food trucks, live music, like a little English garden out back. And we're just trying to marry the two businesses into one and, have people out drink and shop and drink and then kind of do, both of those things. And then along with that, we're trying to get a Dora downtown Pataskala, which is where you can have an open container and, like a beer or wine and kind of walk around and shop. And that's kind of the other project we have going on to kind of pass, and we can just marry all those things together. But that's our current project.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. So those that maybe are out on the east side that live out
Mm.
towards Pataskala, stay tuned. And Brand, I know you're very active in the community, right? Grew up out there. Even now you're very active downtown and wanting to know what's going on for agents that want to get active in their communities of where they live or
Mhm.
within the cities or the councils or whatever. Where do they start? Like, I know you and I talked about it. For me,
Yeah.
I'm not I don't like doing the politics and all that kind of stuff. So I leave that up to you, and you can be, my
Right.
go-to resource.
Yeah.
But for those that want to kind of get started, because I do believe that there
Mhm.
are agents out there that they want to have an impact in some of those decisions that are happening in the places that they're living, and want to be in the know. But some
Mhm.
people just don't know where to go, right, or what to
Right.
do. Any advice or guidance there?
Yeah. Oh man. So the way I got started was I kind of started attending city council meetings. So you'll have city council meetings, then you'll have township meetings, depending where you're at. I mean, there's county meeting, there's all kinds of stuff, depending on what you want to get into. But I started with city council meetings. I started attending, started talking with the mayor, other city council members, and I was like, I want to get involved in the community. Kind of lead me in the right direction what to do. So in our community, we have zoning board committees. We have all these different kind of committees. So I started on BZA, which is a local zoning committee that we have here. So I was on that for I believe about a year and a half. And then from there, we had an open spot kind of open on council. And I applied for that, interviewed, and ended up getting, hired. And then from there, every 4 years now, I have to run. I'm currently running again in November to stay on council. And then what comes with that is I'm also on several committees within the city. So like I'm like on the utility committee, which is, our water and sewer out here, and then parks committee, all these different kind of committees I'm on right now. And so what I tell people is, especially in real estate, it's a very good way to stay kind of plugged in on what's going on. So I could tell you a lot of information about, zoning around here, what that involves. So if like a developer comes in, like what all does that entail of, I need to go through the city and have all these different things kind of, required. And then the big one right now is water and sewer because it's a lot of our local plants around here are coming up to capacity. And so a lot of developers come in or someone that wants to put apartments in or something like that, it's like if you come in, you might be on a waiting list to have water capacity for a couple of years, which is, there's gonna be a ton of holding costs involved with that for a developer. So it's just you really, you're on, boots on the ground in the community of what's going on. You're in the know, what's not only going on right now, but what's coming up. I think that's a big value add to not only developers, but clients coming in to know what's the taxes look like, what's the school district look like, what's going to happen in the next 5 years once I buy here. Cause it's a big investment for people and they want to know what's happening now, what's going to happen. It's very easy for me to, make a call. I have clients all the time, past clients all the time. They'll call and like, I've had this issue with the neighbor or they're building this next door. What is this? I get those calls all the time.
Yeah. What's something that you're looking to accomplish in the next 5 years? What's a 5-year goal for you?
I'd say that come back to our conversation earlier. I've always had that, like you said, investor mindset of, I want to do more flips, more rentals. I see where the market's kind of going. So I'm going to continue to head that route. I think the next big thing for me is I would like to see me get more involved in the development side of, I think mixed use, with the business and residential is going to be a huge thing as we kind of start running out of land and growing. And, just getting involved in this commercial space we're getting involved in now, I can see the benefit of having, the business with the residential mixed in to where you have, two different entities paying for one building. So that's more of what I want to get involved with going on the road. And, I like when they make them look stacked, when they have that business on the bottom and then they have that, those rentals on top and how nice those can look and how much value add that can bring to residents and the city and just overall, the community can really benefit from things like that.
Just because I know, you're involved in the Pataskala,
Mm,
and I think obviously you have the cities like Johnstown and Granville's a little bit bigger, downtown area. But do you
mhm.
see those downtowns growing in that way? Do you see those downtowns developing in that way?
You read my mind. Yeah, and that's more my goal too. Is me specifically, it's downtown Pataskala, where I'm already at. I live there. I have a building there, and just talking through the city and our plans for the future. That is exactly the route people want to go because I think that the big part is you want something that looks nice, brings people in, brings businesses in that don't take up too much space. But at the same time, it's all about the parking, the logistics of infrastructure. Those things make sense because you don't take up as much space. You can have all the utilities in one space. So I think so personally. Yeah, Granville's a little bit different, where it's a much older place and pretty much developed as is. But
Right.
I'd say places like Johnstown, Alexandria, Pataskala, smaller towns like that have room. They're downtown that want to expand. I mean, I think that's the way you're going to go. I mean, you can see Johnstown now where they have that New Albany developer come in. They want to do exactly pretty much what they did in New Albany, where it is mixed use. It has business on the bottom, rentals on top, and it looks nice. It doesn't take as much space up. But I think it's
Yeah.
more the route of where we're kind of headed.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, Brandon, what's a legacy goal for you? What's something
Oh
that
man.
you want to hit when you're no longer here?
I'd say a legacy goal for me, and it's kind of always been. It comes back to this community and downtown Pataskala, where I'd seen it as a kid growing up. Where it's gone through phases and cycles, just like Central Ohio, to where it was really nice at one point, and then it declined as the area declined and housing declined, all that kind of stuff. And I've seen it back on the rise. And now we're back here today of seeing all the different changes, and it's now on the rise. And I kind of want to be one of those people and you look back on and see if I made a positive change to the community and I brought this kind of stuff in the town and made it look the way it does now. And I want that kind of my legacy of the area. So that's more where I'm going with it.